And item number 7, discussion of possible action for approval to grant Maverick County Sheriff's Office dispatchers compensatory time for overtime pay 4 hours worked over the normal week. Do we have a motion for that?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Garcia, second. Seconded by Commissioner Rosales. Discussion. This is just on the dispatchers?
Yes, yes, right.
We're short on dispatchers right now?
Well, we, we have 5 radio operators. One of them is pregnant, and she's working just certain hours for the company till she gets better, right? It's going to take about a year or so. Would you like to explain more of this?
Yes. What we're doing is we're working a total of maybe about 32 to 48 hours every pay period without any compensation or overtime. We're not requesting overtime because we are familiar that, with the situation that you can't hire an additional dispatcher or, we cannot get overtime. However, our department, we can't leave. You have to be licensed and somebody has to stay there until your next relief comes in. So we have no option to leave early or after we work our 40 hours that we can leave. So our hours are just accumulating, but they're not accumulating on our check. They're just, lost because there's no comp time for it. So technically, we're working for free, those 48 hours every pay period, which is a month. So it totals to about maybe 292 a year total. And this was instated, I've been there for 3 years. This was instated probably September of 2012. That's a lot of accumulation. But since we're trying to, service the community, we love our job, we stay there, but we still, want to get compensated at least.
You're going to have to come back and make amends within your own budget in order to do this.
Right.
I'm okay. Commissioners?
So what are the chances of hiring additional help today?
Well, it has to be request for to the new budget, right?
Well, whatever's fair, I mean, if
I don't think there's a line item for an additional one. Is that what the issue is right now?
Yes, that's right.
That's what the problem is right now.
No line item.
That we have to go for the remainder of the fiscal year.
and that,
And in reference to hiring an additional dispatcher, normally the dispatcher has to be trained for a total of 6 months. So you're still working that overtime, that comp time for that additional 6 months. Because a dispatcher can't stay by herself until after her 6-month training. So that still would be from here to another year before, even if a dispatcher were to be hired next week, we'd still have that issue with the comp time for another 6 or 7 months.
Can I make a?
Yeah.
Also, just now, effective January the 1st, at one time, the dispatchers, it was just a certification. Now it's no longer a certification, it's a license. So now it's required by the state of Texas that every dispatcher, instead of getting the temporary, now it's a temporary license. So now they cannot go to regular training. They have to be sent to a basic academy to where they can, because since being that it's a license, they cannot get certification training. It's got to be a license. So they have to go to a certified academy. We just went through, we got all ours are already officially licensed because they got grandfathered into the system. So that one will be, it'll also put a little, crimp in there because with the people that we have, and if we do get some more, they're still going to be, because we have to get them to the academy before they can actually serve.
Do they offer that academy throughout the year, or is it only certain
Yes,
times?
now they do. There's several academies. I believe Uvalde, with Mr. Levine, I believe now, because it is required, so there's a lot of academies that they are putting it into their curriculum. And it's only like about 2, 3, I guess 3 weeks is a 60-hour deal. So it'll probably only be like about a week and a half, 2 weeks, but it has to go through accredited academy.
And that would also cost money because they have to pay for the academy.
So, yeah, we got lucky this last time because we had 2 that were lacking, so we went ahead and got them before December so they could be grandfathered into January. So effective January, they all got their license. So right now, all of our dispatchers are licensed. have about 3 or 4 on standby as reserves, which we got like 2 or 3 officers, including the reserve officers that are also licensed dispatchers. And they've been helping out every so often, whenever they're allowed.
That was gonna be, that was gonna be my next question. Worst case scenario, suppose 2 of the dispatchers get ill for any given circumstances, then who comes to bat?
Yeah, right now, since we have the one that's our TAC officer, the one in charge, she's the one that's been helping out, and she, cuts in. Every now and then, when she's out, we have had to pull in a deputy on patrol to be a dispatcher. Which sometimes that creates, puts another kink in the system, because now we're taking somebody off the street and putting them on the dispatch. The only thing that's been helping us now, because now we have our power shift, so that's been, helping out a little bit, but it's still. So
I was gonna ask the way to make 70% in that.
Yes, sir.
You don't wanna hear? He doesn't wanna hear it, see?
I'm listening. But I support a sheriff already, so you know where I'm at.
Yeah, the dispatchers are an integral part of the sheriff's office.
Absolutely, they all are, sir, they all are.
You need that communication going with airports and stuff, but because of the safety of the officers and the safety of the community.
All right. Commissioner? Sir? And I call for the question. All those in favor? Opposed by the same sign, motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.